Alright, here we go. It's time to play the back nine here at the American and Scottish Golf Links. As you can see, the back nine is more of a links style golf, and you can see a lot of the weed rough and the pot bunkers that play into that. So I'm going to hit driver here. We'll see what happens on
that's straight and it's far.
Hole number 10, which is called Bald Eagle. Long par 5. There's a few options here going at the fairway. I'm still about 308 yards out from the green, so I'm going to hit a low line drive 3-wood and see what happens. Notice the gazebo beyond the green with some flowers surrounding it. You have some covered bridges in the background, which we'll get a better view of later in the back nine. And let's see if I can get a good start off to the back here. That should put me close enough for a birdie.
Putty for birdie.
There we go. Alright, hole 11 is kind of a nasty par 4. It's called Barn Owl, which is a misnomer because the owls that you're going to hear on this hole aren't actually barn owls. But because there's a large barn behind the green, as we hit through the covered bridges here, they are owls that live in barns, so that's why it gets the name barn owl. All right, so this one's going to go left on me a little bit. I think that's the right club. Let's see what happens here. Got to get going. Got a big bounce. Not into that mound, it won't. All right, you can see why this is such a challenging hole here.
Can't complain about this.
Alright, that'll save par. There you go.
Got it up and down for par.
Hole 12 is probably one of my favorite holes on the course. It's called Sandpiper. It's a drivable par 4 as we get a look down here. Well bunkered green with some water in the background. But I don't even have to hit driver right now to reach it. I'm trying to avoid that bunker right in the front of the green, and I just sliced it really bad again. I'm playing at kind of a funny angle because of the videotaping, but luckily on a link-style golf course, there's still plenty of room to miss the hole and have an interesting angle into it. This isn't the way I was planning on playing the hole, but it'll work. You notice this green slopes from front to back, which is kind of the opposite of most golf greens. Alright, let that roll a little bit. And whoops, did not mean to hit that button, sorry. There we go. Uphill, chance for birdie still, even after a terrible drive. I didn't play it high enough or hard enough. So we'll end up with a par there at 12. Hole 13 is called Goldfinch. It's a long par 3. Across the covered bridge. Notice how narrow that green is and how much trouble you could get in if you miss the green. I'm going to hit a 3-wood. This is going to be too much club probably. But as long as I hit it slightly straight, we should be okay. I short-sighted myself. It's going to miss the bunkers. But I have a tough little chip shot up the hill here. This is a really, really tricky green. It's a overall pretty tough hole. That ball skipped on me a little bit. I think this is pretty much straight in. Hit it straight and see what happens. Save par. Alright, there's a good view of the covered bridges. Hole number 14 is called Blue Heron. And you can see the drive is of particular importance on this hole. You don't want to go too far. And the way the wind's blowing today, I can actually probably take driver out, hit a little fade, and try and avoid those bunkers, which I think I'm going to be able to do.
Can we get a hang time on this one? That's up there forever. This one's heading right, but it might hold fairway.
Okay, we'll take that. It's a tough stance here. This ball's going to go a funny direction on me. As you can see, if the pin's in the left of this green, it could be a little bit of a problem with that water there. But today we don't have to worry too much about that. That ball is going to be kind of middle of the green. I think it's going to end up being an okay shot.
shot. Putting for birdie.
Let's see if we can make birdie here.
Below the hole, so don't forget to hit it hard enough to get it up there.
I just pulled it a little bit.
Just needed a little extra push there. A solid par.
Hole 15 is called Scarlet Tanager. Alright. The drive is a little bit of a challenge here. You can see there's kind of a minefield of bunkers and that lone pine tree out there in the fairway. The tree doesn't really come into play, but those bunkers definitely do. Into the wind actually makes this tee shot a little easier because there's a lot of room out here in front of the bunkers, and with the wind pushing the ball back, it's hard to reach those bunkers. Makes the second shot a little easier too because all the problems in front of the green are in the front. You can see there's some room in the back of the green there. Notice the windmill in the background, just a little bit of extra scenery on this hole. And we'll see if that holds there on the left. It's looking okay. Ooh, right over the hole.
This one's headed for the left side of the green.
And then it's going to roll back a little bit as well. So that ended up pretty good. Straight in putt. Maybe just a little over to the right here, and then let it straighten out, and we got our birdie. And it's the hardest hole on the course as well, or on this 9, I should say. Hole 16 is a fun hole. It's a par 5, straight downhill off the tee, and we got the wind at our back, so we should be able to crush one here. Hole's called Black Skimmer. There's one little pot bunker down here in the fairway that you have to avoid, but we should be able to carry that plenty today. Hopefully I didn't hit that too hard. Oh boy. I don't think I've ever driven it through this fairway.
Find the rough.
A lot of distance there. We'll take it. That bunker looks like it's guarding the green. If we zoom in here, it actually is not that close to the green, but it's still visually intimidating. 5 wood here. Missing the green right, you're going to end up on some mounds. Missing it left, there's bunkers. And I think we're going to find the mounds over here on the right. If it stays there, we should actually have a pretty easy chip shot back down toward the hole. Ended up on a nice flat area, luckily. And we'll take an eagle on hole 6. You saw the covered bridges there again. Hole 17 is called Kingfisher. It's a par 3. Straight down the hill. You got water to the right and water behind the green. There's one bunker guarding the front and a couple on the back there. So I think 5-iron might be the right club here. We'll hit it straight and see what happens. Pulled it a little bit. Might miss the green, but should be in pretty good shape.
Should be okay.
Alright, downhill chip. Not a tough one. Got to hit a little harder than that. But should leave us pretty good shape for par.
It's a curveball, right to left. Got it in.
Alright, that brings us to the 18th hole, which is aptly named Baltimore Oriole. The drive here, the fairway is actually split into 2. And with today's pin being on the left, you could see, we're going to want to go to this right area of the fairway. We're going to aim right at these bunkers and let the wind take it a little bit. Oh, or we're going to pull it and either hit it right in the bunkers or maybe on the left side. I got a little lucky on that tee shot. The wind at our back helped us there. So you can see as we go in toward the clubhouse, we're going to have our the clubhouse, the Old Town Hall, New England Town Hall here. We have a Scottish flag and an American flag that we're hitting at, and we've got a bunch of pot bunkers that we're going to have to avoid here on our next shot. And this is why I kind of want to stay to the right. This angle into the green is a little challenging, so let's see what happens. Luckily the pin's in the back. Sit down, ball. Okay, not a terrible shot. I think we're on the fringe. So I'm going to chip it in here. Yep. Alright. And then that birdie ends our round at the American and Scottish Golf Links of Aberdeen. So thanks for watching.